Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you're doing well. And let's talk about the boy, Champagne Poppy, the sixth god, Drake. He's still mad. He's still angry at Pusha T. Before I get too deep into this video, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor here, the good people over at The Ridge. They make these nifty, metal, plated, minimalist wallets that fit nicely in your front pocket. Hit up the link down below and use promo code MELON to get 10% off of your order and do it up. So, Drake. In this new interview clip that's been floating around the internet where he is sitting across from one Elliott Wilson, and this discussion, I imagine, goes at length about a myriad of different topics, but for this couple minutes of footage, they talk pretty in-depth about the whole Pusha T situation, and Drake is still very much not happy about the whole thing, not even being able to say the man's name! Pusha T, in Drake's world, has become he who shall not be named. Imagine being a member of Drake's crew and I don't know, anybody's playing Pusha T or says Pusha T. If Drake overhears it, even just at a distance, he's turning his head around violently like, who's doing that? Anyway. Drake's obviously very much still not happy about this situation, and I feel bad for the guy, not only because he took the L so hard after Pusha T's response, which he inevitably did not respond to, and I'll give it to him. It's kind of a God move for Drake to be able to totally back out of such a aggressive takedown and just say, you know what, I'm not going to beef at all. I am going to instead go back to my career, which does not necessitate that I involve myself in beef, and I'm just going to make pop rap for the masses because that's all I truly need to do. So yes, Drake took the L, and in a way Drake did learn his place, but also for him to go back and successfully continue doing what he's doing and realize that he has bigger fish to fry and more money to make doing other shit, I think is kind of a boss avenue in its own right, even if it did require kind of a cowardly choice to get him to that place. I digress. So Drake, what makes me feel bad for him in this instance is not only that he just took that L so hard, but also it seems like since that whole beef, he has just crawled back into his head and he is existing in his own world, and he can afford to. The man makes enough money to exist in his own world where he builds his own reality. But for anybody who's living outside of that, it's quite sad to see how he rationalizes the whole situation in this conversation, which we will link you to down below. But the two biggest and saddest standouts from this whole conversation clip over here are that Drake lost because he bowed out, and he can go to bed at night and sleep easy knowing that, hey, he just got exposed for the kid thing, and that's the only reason it was an L, and that's the only reason people made a big deal of it. He didn't get outbarred. He didn't get taken down by a crazy good song. But hey there, buddy. The track that Pusha T baited you with was better than anything you responded with. And even though the Pusha T response story of was over a pre-used beat, even though it wasn't like the best rhyme scheme or wordplay he's ever done throughout his entire career, it was still better than everything that you did musically. Those two tracks are better than pretty much everything on Scorpion. So even though the material Pusha T was making musically was not godlike, it was still better than what you did. So in a way, you did get outbarred, you did get taken down musically and artistically as well. I would any day listen to those push tracks and anything off Daytona over Scorpion, over your new comp, over frickin' More Life. So instead of coming to grips with reality and admitting Pusha made better music, made more compelling music, and also exposed him in a really raw and ugly way, he is instead putting himself on camera in these situations, in these conversations, where he has people just nodding and agreeing with every ridiculous thing that he says. He's like in a hug box of yes men where all of his most childish interpretations of everything going on around him are validated. So the other sad thing about this situation is that Drake seemed super upset and almost like he didn't need to worry about losing here in this situation because Pusha T was too mean. And there's rules to this. And Pusha T was just too out of pocket. And he keeps comparing the whole thing to battle rap. There was a battle rap match where a guy brought a picture of some dude's dead aunt and this, that, and the other thing. And while I don't deny that that happened, you were not engaged in a rap battle. This was not King of the Dot. You weren't on stage with Push going verse for verse in front of a crowd with judges. That is a rap battle. This was a rap beef, which are two totally different things. Maybe your clueless fans that don't really listen to much hip-hop outside of you and think you're the GOAT might buy into that little rhetorical sleight of hand where you make one thing seem like the other thing, but in rap beef, there are no such gentlemanly, oh, this is like off limits types of rules. I would actually argue in battle rap, I don't even know what the rules are that you're referring to because while I do think that auntie picture thing was kind of ridiculous, I have watched battle rap videos on YouTube from some pretty notable promoters that the artists up there are saying shit about each other's addictions or lovers. I mean, it's some really terrible stuff. For sure, there are rules of engagement in an industry that generates so much money and there are so many people involved. But in battle rap, where those rules are isn't always entirely clear. It's not like there's a legal reference book that we all know like the back of our hands. And again, to say it and reiterate it once more, you weren't in a rap battle. You were in a rap beef, which historically people have died over. People have been burned in effigy. Horrible things have happened. In the grander scheme of battle rap, Drake literally walked away, decided not to involve himself anymore. And the worst thing was that people found out he had a kid. He kind of got off easy in the grander scheme. Let's also keep in mind, this was a rap battle that he was actively engaging in. It's not like Pusha T was just making these tracks for fun and just saying this shit on the fly with Drake not responding at all. No, Drake was responding. Pusha T was responding in kind, and on top of it, prior to this, Drake was a little, I don't know, on his high horse. Mr. Free Smoke, Free Smoke, Free Smoke, Free Smoke, when in reality, he doesn't really want the smoke all that much. So to kind of wrap this up, it truly is sad to see someone who is at such a high peak of relevance and popularity in such a state of delusion. Check this video out. Let me know in the comments what you think. Personally, I think it's just adding to the embarrassment of the original loss, and Drake should really just avoid this topic if he's not going to talk about what transpired in a more honest way. And I think I'm going to leave it at that. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Drake, Pusha T, still mad forever.